Good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, I'm so excited to be here today. Today is May 26th, and it is Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Holy cowabunga. So, what is going on, everyone? Did you have a nice day yesterday? Did you celebrate the veterans? Did you say thank you? I did. Went on a lovely hike, and I really thought about everything I'm so grateful for. And I always just keep coming right back to I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful for us. So, how are you? And good morning. Let's start our stretches till we get some familiar faces. Good morning, Frank. Hey, good morning, Frank. Guess what? Today the letter is F for Frank. Whoa. F for friendship. F for Frank. Hey, Frank, I forgot to ask you. Forgot is with an F. Did you see the other day I read SpongeBob for you? I did. I read SpongeBob inspired by Frank. That was on the day we had a water theme. And the letter that day was C, I think. I'm not really sure. All I know is that it was a few days ago and I did a water theme. And I thought of you and I read SpongeBob. I tried to do the voices, but that's okay. Thanks for saying hi. Oh, you have a phone interview. That's very exciting. Well, you know what? I wish you the best of luck with your phone interview. That's exciting stuff. Guess what? So today's letter is F, okay? I'll find it for you. Today's letter is F, and it's for friendship. And today, my friend TJ, she couldn't be here because she had something for school. But she was so excited about loaning me the book that she wanted of fairy tales. Oops, it's upside down. There we go. F. So the book of fairy tales that, good morning, Aunt Cecilia, that she had her mom drop it off. And I said, today we're going to talk about friendship. And fantastic. And you know what else? Where in the haystacks? It's a big book. Like, I really have to exercise just to look at this book. The Land of Stories. It's beautiful. It's very fancy. I decided to be fancy. And you know what else? As you can tell, I have this fan feature going today because it's warm. Look at this. It's a feather. It's a fancy feather something. And I put it in my hair to keep it over. Look at this. I look like I should be going to the royal wedding. So fancy. I always say, guys, wake up, kids. If you have costumes, put them on. Have fun. I say quarantine is the time to make it what you want. You want to be a unicorn? Be a unicorn. I agree. Now agreeing with myself because I'm my own friend. I think it's really important. Yesterday we talked about heroes and how to be your own hero. But today, for F, for friends, you have to be your own friend. If you can't be a good enough friend to yourself, how are you going to have friends other than you? No, you have to be a good, true, and loyal friend. So let's see what other words you've come up with. Farmer, finest, fantastic, fun, very nice, food. Ooh, forest. I took a hike in the forest yesterday. And you know what? It was fantastic. I saw a ladybug and I saw, I wonder. Let me see. Ready? I show you this beautiful picture. Let me see, boys and girls and boys, if I can do it. Technology is new to me. It's not something I was that familiar with before I started falling in love with hanging out with you guys in the morning. I don't know. Sometimes I don't really know what I'm doing. So maybe not. But you have to trust me. I can show you right here. And I shall. Okay, you ready for this very cool picture? I took this yesterday. Look at the bumblebee and the ladybug right next to each other. Oh, it finally worked. There it is. I took that picture. I took it, I was on a walk, and I saw nature, and they were being friends. So there's the bumblebee, and he's got fur on him that helps to hold on to the pollen. And then there's a ladybug. I love ladybugs. They're beautiful, fabulous, right? But those guys are friends and they're sharing some flowers together. Isn't that nice? See, even in nature, there can be friends. I love it so much. Okay, so we were stretching, doing our letters. What would we do next? I think I know. Futuristic. Good morning, Aja. How are you? Aja. Water. Good call. I love water. And then after water, I know. I did. I saw 2 ladybugs yesterday. One landed on my windshield, and one was right there when I saw the flowers. It was purely magical. I'm going to tell you guys what time it is. Because you know what? I know TJ is at school right now, so she couldn't be here. But this is what she would tell me to do. Take my vitamins. I'm so excited. My new vitamins are yummy. Thank you, Mom. It's vitamin time. Vitamin time. I'm going to take... Oh. Now, yesterday, I got 2 pink. Today, 2 purple. They're so delicious, and they're so good for you. And you know what? It always leads to what, Mom? What's one of your favorite things that you like when I read? Ready? So no chewing with your mouth open, no talking with your mouth full. Good manners are everything. Yum, scrumdiddlyumptious. Yeah, scrumdiddlyumptious is what it is. So good. So now you know what else time? It's time to see what inspirational nugget we have out of this book. There's so much information that is just so good in this book, and I love sharing it. This is called A Beginner's Guide to the Universe by Mike Dooley. Uncommon Ideas for Living an Unusually Happy Life. And I love starting my day off with brushing my teeth, drinking my water, taking my vitamins, stretching, centering, and thinking about something positive, putting something up here positive that will carry you through the rest of your day. Okay. Ooh. Oh, this is a little bit of a long one, but I think we can handle it, you guys. Are you ready? TJ, just so you know when you're watching this playback, I'm still coming to you from page 49, the page you chose. And what I did was I started here the first day, there the second day, and now I'm going up here. Are you ready? In life, it's as if we each must choose from countless doorways, all leading to new and different pathways. So we wonder and think, calculate and stress over whether or not we'll knock on the right one. But what if we can't yet see is that all of the pathways beyond all of the doorways eventually lead to the same great room, in the same great house, at the same great party. What? That's amazing. Okay, I'm saying it one more time because think about where you are in your life right now. Think about all the thoughts. I don't care if you're 8 years old, if you're 5 years old, if you're 50 years old, if you're 80 years old. Every day we make decisions. We make decisions on what we're going to wear or what we're going to eat or watch or read. And sometimes decisions are easier to make, some of them, than others. And the ones that seem to be the most challenging, we seem to stress over. Sometimes I even stress over, should I have grilled cheese or mac and cheese? But what I believe this quote is saying, this statement is saying, is no matter what you do, no matter what you choose, you're going in a direction that will eventually lead you to the place that you are destined to go all along. Ready? In life, it's as if we each must choose from countless doorways, all leading to new and different pathways. So we wonder and we think, calculate and stress over whether or not we'll knock on the right one. But what if we can't see is that all of the pathways, beyond all of the doorways, beyond everything, eventually lead us to the same great room, in the same great house, at the same great party? Well, I know one thing. This is the party right here. And no matter how you got here, I thank you. You've arrived, and we're going to let it keep going. We're going to forge through. Forward movement. Like how I tied it right back to the letter F. That's right. I caught it. Pretty nice. So, we had some water, stretched, we had vitamin time, we did our snippet, our nugget. Oh, I know what we have to do. Today, we have to shout out all of our friends. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to take our favorite friend, our social distancing buddy. Mine is Bartholomew. Hello, everyone. Hello, Bartholomew. And I think today, in honor of the letter F, we should send out all of the love that we send during our social distancing buddy time to all of our friends and first responders. What do you think? I think that's a good idea. Okay, so we have to get a few more people, right? Who do we have to get? Piggy is our friend, Cecilia, and then we need to get the list out. Are you going to read them or should I? Me? Okay. I know he's quiet. He's quiet, but I love him. So if you don't have one yet, find yourself a social distancing buddy. What's a social distancing buddy? Well, during time of social distancing, it might be challenging, especially for those of you quarantining alone, because you want to give somebody a hug or, a high five or maybe even a knuckle punch thing. And you need somebody to do that with. So, and there's family out there. That's a good F word. Family, friends, and you got to get a buddy. This way I have somebody to hug at all times. And you can send a picture of you hugging your social distancing buddy to somebody that you're thinking about that you want to send a hug to. Okay? All right. So let's get Piggy and Cecilia. And are we ready to shout them out? Okay, guys, we're going to send out all of our love and all of our energy and all of our positivity to all of our little friends. Are you ready? Here's my list. Good morning, TJ/DJ and baby Lewis, Ella, Ari, and Luca. Good morning, Brianna. Hi, Holland. How are you? Good morning, Alex and Hannah Lorraine. Good morning, Colin. Now, Colin, you are a friend, and we have friendship and lendship. He loaned me books. Sophie and Gracelyn and Kaylee and Joseph from down the shore, Scarlett and Juliet, they're sisters. I'm reading a book just about you guys today. Jack, Sawyer, Jane, and Liam, Finn and Fletcher, and don't forget Patrick, Caitlin and Joe Jr., and Viviana and Bethany, Fifi and little Joe from up the street, cousins Tony is cousins with Bella, AJ, and Angelo, who are brothers and sister. Baby Paisley, good morning. My friend Leo, Penelope Snow from Maine, and then my family, my niece Olivia Rose, my goddaughter Marin, her little baby sister Molly, James Storm, Allie and Emily out in Frisco with an F, and Jake and Kaylin out in Houston. Whew, that's a lot of names. It's a lot of kids. I'm so honored. And you know what? Now on the count of 3, let's send them all love, light, hope, joy, so that they can get to whatever dream it is they want to get to, okay? 1, 2. Wow! Did you guys feel that or what? That was amazing. You guys are so good at this, right? Sending love and spreading joy is like the ultimate if you have a buddy. But it's okay if you don't and if you're by yourself because you are enough. Okay. Can you guys sit over here and you can chill out and watch story time from here? Piggy. Okay. Oh, you know what else? Wrong side. My middle name. Oh, sorry. My middle name is Francine. My mom gave me this from when I was a baby. It was in my stroller. It went around the pillow. Ties on the back. Says believe on this one. Cool, right? Sorry. I'll put you back. Okie doke. Ready story time, guys and girls, kids, boys, girls, everybody. Let's get ready to breathe and focus. One of my favorite words, focus, because we're moving forward. Are you ready? Good. So we breathe in to center ourselves. This is a really good technique to do if you have to focus on reading something for school. If you have to take a test, ready for this? I'm going to honor my feline friends. Ouch, I scratched myself with a headband because the wind from my fan is blowing my hair around like I'm on a boat. It's very distracting. So this is why I practice these focusing techniques. Focus is really important when you need to pay attention or, listen to your parents, or if you're sitting in church or synagogue, or you just want to listen to the birds without all that inner dialogue, right? So here's a great technique that works for me, and maybe it'll work for you too. I sit, I put my feet on the ground, and I know I'm connected to the earth. Then I put my hands above my head like this, and I draw in air, and I say, I am. Because I am is the most powerful statement you could say. And you only want to finish that statement with a positive word or a positive statement. Never something negative about yourself, because your body will absorb it. Okay? So ready? I am. So let's do something fun. I am fun. And then you can do I am fearless. I am ferocious. And I'm ready. I know that's not an F word, but it worked for me. Ready? Let's do it together. I am fun. I am fearless. I am fantastic. I forgot to breathe out. That's why I have to focus. I am focused. Okay. Now, on that note, we can move forward and read. Okay, so I thought it might be fun to start with a silly book. Okay? I always like to start with a small book for kids so that it's something easier for them to understand and for maybe them to read along. Now, I've not read this book. Um, it is a children's book. Apparently, this was in a McDonald's Happy Meal because it says it was brought to you by McDonald's. And it's the cutest little book called Dodie the Dodo. And I thought it might be funny. So Dodie the Dodo goes to Orlando. Written by John Montgomery, illustrated by Julie Allen. Everyone in Toledo, Ohio, thought Dodie the Dodo was a bird-brained yo-yo. But Dodie the Dodo had moxie and mojo. She laughed it off. Ho ho. So a dodo is a bird. When winter came, it was time to go and fly south for the season in Orlando. The wind started to blow. And before the birds could say, "Where did Dodie go?" Where did Dodie go? Have you ever looked up in the sky and seen the birds in the V formation? It looks like the letter V. It's amazing. It actually looks just like one of these triangles. And there's one bird leading, and then there's birds in a triangle, and it's like it's GPS, but it's really geese. So it's like geese PS. Geese. Because they're going south for the winter. And they follow the geese that's in front, the goose, geese, the leader. They follow the leader. They're going to Florida. Dodie flew in a humongous, ginormous, voluminous tornado. Oh no! Bam! Uh oh! Whoa! Then Dodie fell to the earth below. She landed in the spray of a whale's blowhole. Oh, look at this smiling whale. She flew to northern Canada, where it was cold. She rocketed to England and said, "Cheerio," and then took in a show. Then she jetted to France to see the City of Lights glow. This dodo is having a great trip. You see that? That's the Eiffel Tower. She zipped off to Spain to dance the flamenco. And went to the Swiss Alps to hear an echo. Ole, 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 echo. That's cool. Ooh, she caught the airflow to Italy to say buongiorno. She's in a gondola. She flew solo to India to take a photo. She played accordion in Moscow. Greetings from Moscow. Aja lives in India. She visited a dojo in a kimono and did judo in Tokyo. She stopped by China to learn the lingo. Hello. That dodo sure gets around. She hopped with Australian kangaroos in on a jumbo pogo. Look at that. Look at the baby. Oh, the baby little Roo. She climbed Mount Kilimanjaro and sailed down the Congo. She dressed as a pharaoh and at the pyramids in Cairo. I'll tell you, that's a much better vacation than just zipping on down to Florida. She ate right so she could stay on the go go. She had some low fat milk, she had some carrots and fish and apple and bread. Very interesting. No sign of McDonald's there. Food for thought. To Acapulco, Soho, Monaco, Morocco, Oslo, Tierra del Fuego, Rio de Janeiro, Calico, Fresno, San Francisco, Reno, Durango, Waco, Idaho, Chicago, Ontario, and Key Largo. She went around the globe. Wow. And finally, she flew to guess where? Orlando. She said to her friends, Yo, guess where I've been, bro? So she said, She told her stories, and the flock cheered. Bravo, you're our hero. Won't you take us back to Toledo, Ohio when we go home? That is some silliness right there. Tomorrow? Whoa. It took so long for the dodo that look at everybody's ready to go. And the dodo looks kind of exhausted. I think that answer is going to be no, no. You know what I wanted to also mention? Today is day 66 of story time. 66 days in a row. You guys, we are well over 200 stories. That's incredible. And I couldn't do it without you, so thank you. All right, are you ready for the next story? I am. This is a story about the ultimate friends, sisters. I have two daughters and they're sisters. Now, I don't have a sister. I have many friends that I feel like are sisters, and I have a brother, but I thought what an appropriate day to read about this book, considering sisters. That's like, I know my daughters always say, they are forever friends. Written and illustrated by David McPhail. This is the story of two sisters who, in many ways, were different. One was big and one was little. One liked to wear two different colored socks, and one didn't like to wear socks or shoes at all. One liked baseball. The other found it boring. One's favorite food was pizza. Oops. Wait a second. Sorry, guys. The other preferred corn on the cob. She called it cob on the corn. Ooh, corn on the cob is delicious. One sister was crazy about frogs. The other wasn't. One liked to get up with the sun, and the other would sleep all day. I understand that. Oh, one liked to catch fireflies through the grass, while the other liked to lie back and look at the stars. The two sisters were alike in many ways, too. They both liked horses. And sugar snap peas fresh from the garden. Both sisters like to help bake cookies. And to play in puddles. And a pile of leaves was never safe with those sisters around. They both like to draw and to skate. And dancing was something neither sister couldn't live without. Neither sister could live without. They loved it. They'd never live without it. They fought over the piano. Oof, and made up over tea. And both felt the day would not be complete without a swing after supper. But the way they were most alike was the most special way of all. Because you see, they loved each other so very much. That's like my girls. But if you don't have a sister, maybe you have a brother or a cousin or a friend. And today's letter is F, and we're talking about friends, family, fun, right? Fans, ceiling fans, and how important it is to be your own friend, to be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, say positive words to yourself. Don't say something to you that you would be upset if someone else said to you. That's not being a very good friend, right? Your first relationship is with yourself. And if you can have a great relationship with you, you can have a great relationship with anyone else. All right. Now for the moment I've been waiting for. This book was loaned to me by my friend TJ, who is my friend Heather's daughter. We went to grammar school together. And the funny thing is, she didn't mark the page, and I can't make this up at all. I thought to myself, what was the story she wanted to read? And it must be her favorite story, because as soon as I put my finger in the book to open it, I was reminded exactly what book it is that she wanted me to read, what story, because it opened up exactly to the page. No joke, not making it up. She mentioned about the little boy who cried wolf. She said it was her favorite story. Now, I feel it's a good story because it's a great lesson. The Boy Who Cried Wolf. It is an adaptation from the original traditional story, just to let you know. I'm going to take a nice big sip of water. That's amazing. Water's so good. And now we shall begin. I guess these could be cat ears or wolf ears. Okay. Ooh, this is a big book. Once upon a time, there was a little boy who lived on a farm with his family. They were an organized bunch, and each family member had his or own set of chores to keep the farm running. His father farmed all of the crops and sold them in a local village. His mother cooked and cleaned and made sure everyone else was pulling his or own weight. His brothers fed the chickens and the pigs and kept the pig pens and the hen house clean. His sisters milked the cows and goats and carefully kept track of which milk was which. Being the youngest in his family, the little boy was given the simplest task on the farm. Every day, he would take the farm's herd of sheep into a field nearby and look after them as they grazed in the grass. At night, when his mother rang the bell for supper, he'd escort the sheep back into their pen, and the whole thing would start over again the next day. It was such an easy chore that the little boy spent most of the day being bored and restless. Even with good imagination, it was difficult to keep himself entertained in that field. He practiced balancing his straw hat on the end of his staff, but he grew tired of that. He looked for ant hills to stomp on them until all the ants came out. Not nice. But that got old pretty quick. He'd build things out of rocks, but eventually he ran out of rocks. One afternoon, after he had done everything he could think of to pass the time, he decided to play a joke on his family. Wolf! Wolf, he cried. There's a wolf in the field. His father and his brothers immediately came running from the farm with their pitchforks and axes raised high. His mother and sisters ran out too, swinging rolling pins and carving knives. However, when they arrived in the field, there wasn't a wolf anywhere. The little boy burst into a fit of giggles. I tricked you! I tricked you, he said. Whew. He laughed and laughed. There's no wolf out here. You should have seen the looks on your faces. Oh my goodness. His siblings rolled their eyes and went back to the farm. His parents shook their heads and scowled at him. The little boy figured he was the only one in his family who had a sense of humor. The next day, the little boy was back in the field, watching over the flock of sheep as always. He was so bored. He didn't know what to do with himself. He practiced twirling his staff, but he kept hitting him in the head. He laid on the grass and thought about what the clouds were shaped like. But there were only one or two in the sky that day. He tried teaching the sheep tricks, like how to fetch and roll over. But the sheep, they weren't interested in learning anything. So finally, he was so desperate for excitement, he decided to play another joke on his family. Wolf! Wolf! He cried. There's a wolf in the field. And just like the day before, the family ran toward the field with pitchforks and axes and rolling pins. Oh, knives raised. But before they reached the field, the little boy fell, rolled on the ground with belly ache inducing laughter. "I tricked you again," he said with a giggle. His parents and siblings were at their wits' end with him. "We're done with you." Even the sheep were annoyed because the little boy frightened them each time he yelled. "I'm glad you're pleased with yourself because the rest of us sure aren't," Father said. "Scare us again like that and you'll get a whipping." Ooh. The little boy was so tickled with himself, he laughed until it was time to head back for supper. Unfortunately, the next day, the joke was on him. Just like always, the little boy was back in the field, watching the sheep. He was walking around looking for something to do, when out of the corner of his eye, he saw a frightening sight. At the edge of the field was a pack of enormous wolves. Do you see them? One might say he manifested that. They had thick, matted fur, long claws, and razor-sharp teeth. Their mouths watered, and they licked their lips as they watched the little boy and his herd. The sheep saw the wolves and quickly ran from the field, causing a small stampede. The little boy was left all alone. And the wolves began circling him. He was so scared, he froze. He froze right where he stood, and it took him a few moments before he was able to even make a sound. "Wolves! Wolves!" he cried. "There are wolves in the field!" However, his family didn't come. "Wolves!" he cried louder. "There are wolves in the field! A whole pack of them! Help!" Still, no one from his family came to save him. "Wolves!" the boy cried as loud as he could. "Come quick before they eat me!" His family heard him loud and well, but they thought he was only trying to trick them again. They shook their head and they went about their chores. The wolves pounced and they got a sheep. That's not what it says. Again, I gotta start reading these books first. So basically what happened was they tore his pants. He ran back to the house. He learned a very valuable lesson because he never cried wolf again. And his parents saw what had happened. And because of the torn pants, they totally believed him. And then they sat him down and they said, "We need to have a talk because you cannot be crying wolf. You can put other people in danger." That's why it is so important, boys and girls and boys that are watching, if you are out and you can't, don't lie, is what I'm saying. Lying's bad. Tell the truth. And even if the truth is that you're afraid, tell that truth. If you're bored, tell that truth. But being honest is the best policy, I have to tell you. It really is. But can you imagine the fear that little boy experienced when he saw all those wolves and they caught the edge of his pants? Imagine having to run through the back to home without all of your pants on. That's embarrassing. But you know what? What did we learn? We learned that crying wolf is not good, because then when something really happens, people aren't going to believe you. So, that was an incredible lesson. I think the sun is out. I mean, it looks partly cloudy. I'm in Nutley, New Jersey, in North Jersey, and it looks pretty nice out. So I hope that you get outside and maybe get some fresh air, and that you're inspired to do something fun today. Read a book outside, weed some weeds in a garden, take a walk, right? Write a story, maybe even write a letter to someone that you miss in your family, okay? So thank you for being here. Day 66, the letter is F. You know that we have to breathe our way out, right? I think that's so important. It's Tuesday. I can't believe it's Tuesday. I catch this all the time. I'm pretty good with that. I know. All right, guys. My feet are planted firmly on the ground. I'm going to put my hands up top. I'm going to breathe in nice and deep. And we're going to go out into the rest of our day and have happy, joyful thoughts. Okay? I am grateful. I am fun. I am happy. I am excited. Excited. It's Tuesday, May 26th, and I am ready to get on with my day. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The letter will be G, and I wonder what we'll talk about tomorrow morning. G, I wonder. Goodbye.